Here are the 2 lessons I learned during my 8 years in the military. If we are meeting for the first time, nice to meet you. My name is Yoon. Before I joined the military, I had a solid 2.0 college GPA, worked at Hollister and Abercrombie and Fitch, and had a failed supplement business. Within my 8 years in the military, I have been able to make $100K in the stock market, multiple 6 figures in sales and in business, got involved in a startup, became a COO of a multi 7-figure business. All the while still active duty in the military. So what happened? First, I learned to separate my emotions from the situation. Do you ever see those videos of road rages, or maybe you've been involved in one, where one driver is being a complete prick? They're tailgating you, trying to overtake you, doing crazy stuff on the road. Then you see 2 cars being involved in road rage. One is speeding up, slowing down, brake checking, doing all these crazy stuff. Outside looking in, you know not to get involved in this because it's just not worth getting into a potential accident. But while you are in the situation, you can't help to act upon your emotions. You can't help to think cynically, and I'm guilty of this too. You're driving, somebody's tailgating, somebody's doing something crazy, and you're like, man, I hope they learn their lesson. I hope they're fine, but I hope they learn their lesson. Similarly, I have found myself in situations in the military. I have learned that as long as I am a human working with other humans, it is going to be inevitable for me to escape experiencing human emotions, such as joy, happiness, anxiety, pride, ego, fear, and anger. For me to separate my emotions from the situation, it was important for me to understand 2 things. First, I am not a robot. It is normal to experience and express emotions. It's part of being human. At the same time, it is important for me to understand not to identify who I am as a person with the emotions I am experiencing at the time. Secondly, when I am experiencing emotions, I have to acknowledge that I have hit a limit in my character development, which goes into lesson number 2. Emotions are the starting point of growth. For example, when you're working out at a gym, you're going to be putting in some reps and sets. Eventually, your body gets tired and your mind starts to tell you to take a rest. Take a break, go home, let's chill, let's watch some Netflix. If you listen and agree to that thought, then you have accepted the limitation where your mind set your physical performance. When I first joined the military, I wanted to become the best version of myself. I didn't know what that was going to look like. To become the person that is a great leader, that is patient, that is disciplined, that has all these characteristic traits of somebody that I know 10 years from now is the successful me. For me to develop those character traits, what does that look like? And more specifically, how do I know where I am at to where I need to get to? And how do I know how to fulfill the gaps in between? From my experience, what I have realized is that for me to understand where I am at to what I need to do to get to where I need to get to, develop the character traits I need to get to, all this is tied to being able to overcome my emotions. For example, let's say I am leading 3 sailors to do a particular task. I tell them what to do, show them what to do, let them do their thing, and it turns out they freaking didn't do the thing. To me, it seems so simple, and it is easy to be confused, frustrated, and angry that they didn't perform the task. And I could easily lash out on them and say, hey, you cannot leave today until these get done. You will not get this until you do this. If that is easy to do, what is actually hard to do is to stay calm and understand as a leader, it's my fault. They need to help me understand what were the gaps in my communication that they didn't get the instruction. And sometimes it genuinely may be that they just didn't do the work, but as a leader, I will take ownership of the situation and I will take full responsibility when the work doesn't get done. Or have you ever been in a situation when you were in line for something? For hours, seemingly no end, no answers, and you have no clue how much longer you're going to have to wait. In that situation, it is easy to be confused, to be angry, to lash out and say, what's going on? Why is it taking so long? I am just genuinely confused. It is okay to feel these emotions. because you're just a human being. But I want you to understand what is hard is to stay calm. What is hard is to say, why am I feeling this way? How did I put myself in this situation? What do I need to do next time so I never get in myself in this situation again? Whenever I am experiencing any type of emotions and I find myself in a situation where I'm frustrated, I ask myself, what is the universe trying to teach me? Where have I hit the ceiling in my character development? I don't know what it is, but let me figure it out. And you know what? I will gladly accept the challenge. Within my time in the military, for me to make the most sound financial decision, considering the lack of success I had before I joined the military, and within the military, I experienced a ton of emotions, I had to develop what's called emotional mastery. And being able to understand these two lessons in depth has helped me make a unemotional, educated, clear-sighted financial decisions to put me in the position that I am today. I am super lucky to have had the right mentors and coaches outside the military to teach me how to process these emotions. Because if I did not grow and I did not process and I identified myself with these emotions, I would have nowhere the level of success that I have today. Hope this helped. If you found this valuable, all I ask is that you share it with somebody who would find it just as valuable, as well as like and subscribe. Peace.